Hello dear students, I am Dr. Pakori Kolita, Assistant Professor in English, Faculty of Humanities and Social Sciences, Assam Downtown University. Today we are going to discuss on the topic tragedy. What tragedy is. As this is required for your syllabus, is included in your syllabus, the concept of tragedy. Also, you have to read a tragedy in your classes. We need to know the basic concept of tragedy, what tragedy is. Let us see. Tragedy, a branch of drama that treats in a serious and dignified style the sorrowful or terrible events encountered or caused by a heroic individual. By extension, the term may be applied to other literary works, such as the novel. Although the word tragedy is often used loosely to describe any sort of disaster or misfortune, it more precisely refers to a work of art that probes with high questions, questions concerning the role of man in the universe. The Greeks of Attica, the ancient state whose chief city was Athens, first used the word in the 5th century BCE to describe a specific kind of play which was presented at festivals in Greece. Sponsored by the local governments, these plays were attended by the entire community, a small admission fee being provided by the state for those who could not afford it themselves. The atmosphere surrounding the performances was more like that of a religious ceremony than entertainment. There were altars to the gods, with priests in attendance, and the subjects of the tragedies were misfortunes of the heroes of legends, religious myth, and history. So, uh, tragedy is basically considered to be something that arouses the feeling of catharsis in the audience, and it has evolved from the Greek tradition of uh, enactment of tragedies. Most of the material was derived from the works of Homer and was common knowledge in the Greek community. So powerful were the achievements of the three great Greek dramatists, Aeschylus, Sophocles, and Euripides, that the word they first used for their plays survived and came to describe a literary genre that, in spite of many transformations and lapses, has proved its viability through 25 centuries. The questions of how and why tragedy came into being and of the bearing of its origins on its development in subsequent ages and cultures have been investigated by historians, philologists, archaeologists, and anthropologists, with results that are suggestive but conjectural. Even the etymology of the word tragedy is far from established. The most generally accepted source is the Greek tragodia or goat song, from tragos, which means goat, and adian, which means to sing. The word could have referred either to the prize a goat that was awarded to the dramatist whose plays won the earliest competition, or to the dress which was made of goat skins of the performance. performers, or to the goat that was sacrificed in the rituals from which tragedy developed. So there was the ritual of sacrificing animals like goats from which it is believed that the tragedy developed. Moreover, when we look at tragedy, the literary definition of tragedy is that tragedy happens because of the flaws of the hero. However, historically of a high order has been created in only four periods and locales. Attica in Greece in the 5th century BCE, England in the reigns of Elizabeth I and James I from 1558 to 1625. 17th century France and Europe and America during the second half of the 19th century and the first half of the 20th century. Each period saw the development of a special orientation and emphasis, a characteristic style of theatre. In the modern period, roughly from the middle of the 19th century, the idea of tragedy found embodiment in the collateral form of the novel.